Welcome back, everybody, to a late version of the Speakeasy podcast, and we should probably address that. I have been ill.
Yep.
I was at a big festival in in Roskilde in Denmark, the biggest festival in the northern hemisphere, I think, something like that. And as you do when it's this hot and this like no moisture, it was dry as a bone. You inhale a lot of not so good stuff,
bad things,
and so you get what we call the Roskilde flu. So I've been down for a while, and because of that, obviously we couldn't record, and also because of that, I am currently on just Coke, no rum.
Coke, no.
Sorry, my guy.
Solid.
So, but
it's all good. It's all good.
But we will still knock it out.
But worth it. But worth it.
Worth it, hella worth it. I can reveal that as soon as I am 100%, I will edit some vlog content for you all. It was obviously the Holy Trinity, Kendrick, Denzel, and Mr. JID. That was the big ones for me. And that was like a teaser. It was insane. It was as good as I had hoped.
Yep.
But now, with that out of the way,
yes, sir,
we move to the regular content.
Yep.
And as always, we start with the album review. And this week, we are tackling probably the best beat maker ever. I think that's fair to say.
I think you could say that. It is obviously an album filled with many classics and many legends. Eminem is on here. Snoop Doggy Dogg is on here. Mary J. Blige is on here.
Yep.
Obviously, we're talking about 2001, The Chronic by Dr. Dre.
The weirdest title ever because it came out in 1999.
Yeah,
but okay, it'd be what it'd be. It'd be what it'd be.
Solid. Yes.
But yes, a behemoth of an album. And it as we said, came out in 1999. It's called 2001. It is Dre's, should we say, comeback.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I would say so.
It's not The Chronic, by the way. The Chronic was obviously his last album. This is the follow-up to The Chronic.
Isn't it called 2001 to Chronic?
No, The Chronic is the studio album that came out in 1992.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where, but I feel like I've read multiple times that it said 2001, The Chronic. I don't know.
Could be. If you know, put down below. All I've seen is the 2001. It is obviously, as you say, an iconic album because so many of the tracks, and there are a lot of them on this album.
Yes, there's some fucked up,
but at least half of them is like instantly recognizable. The beats have been used all over the place. And it is also famous for it not having any songs where it's only Dr. Dre. He always has a feature.
Only feature.
Only
yeah,
features.
Exactly. Makes sense.
Now,
it's like a Metro Booming making an album, you know? It's like...
Yes.
He can rap, but he's mainly a producer.
We should probably also address that it is, to some extent, general knowledge that he gets help writing his stuff, Mr. Dre. It doesn't bother me as much. A lot of people get all up in a fuss about it. I don't mind too much. It'd be what it be.
Yeah. Exactly. At least he doesn't like pussyfoot around. He's like it's like a Ghost Rider Drake situation type.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess it's also hard to front the guy when he's like literally a billionaire, has made beats by Dre. He's like, I'm fine, I'm good. But yes, we start off with a nice intro. Which is not really a track, I guess. It's like 36 seconds or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Exhibit.
Low.
Low. Not much to say. It's literally just what's going on. It's like an intro, right? What's going on?
It is actually just an intro, yeah.
But then we move to The Watcher.
Yes, sir. Very clean.
What an intro! What an actual startup track.
I actually I recently this song has come up more because of the Creed
movies.
Yeah, the Creed 3 had this song in it, and J. Cole's version of it. Yeah, he kind of did a
reinterpretation thing. Yeah. Yep.
So this I've heard this again, and I was like, geez, this actually, he flows nice.
Yes.
It's like a very not kind of low key type of thing, but his flow is great. It's a bit darker, but it's not like
extreme. No, and I think it is, as you say, a more gritty or like aggressive, almost beat, which is in stark contrast to most of the other beats. Because most beats on this album is actually very like jazzy, almost funky.
Yeah.
Very swingy, like very cool. But this is more of a I'm back and I want to show you guys what I've been watching.
Exactly.
You guys have fucked around. Now let me show you. Let me show
How
you.
it's done. Yeah.
And it is featuring a Nocturnal. That name always kills me for some reason. Yeah, I think in general, very solid track, and it's a very attention grabbing track, and it makes perfect sense that's what he wants to start off with. If that, because his whole stick about this was that, and as that we will see as the album progresses, people were like, yeah, he's fallen off. Where is Dre? And obviously, iconic tracks later on will play on that theme. But yes,
exactly.
Then we move to the
you.
the track called "Fuck You," which Which, when you read it, you think it's like "fuck you," but it's more like "I wanna fuck you."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's funny though.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very funky. This one.
Very funky.
Yeah, very funky. Snoop Doggy Dogg on it.
Devin the Dude.
It's also exactly. Funny.
What a name! What a name!
Yeah.
It starts off with the intro, the girl in the answering machine. Hi, baby. And then Dr. Dre just comes in. I just want to fuck bad bitches. Okay. Well,
it was solid. Yeah.
Can't blame him. Can't blame him.
No.
It's a very funny track, and it's very lighthearted. It feels like they've had a lot of fun making this, and I can imagine them being in the studio, just being let's just fuck around, you know. Devin the Dude has a surprisingly nice verse, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not that familiar with Devin the Dude, I must admit.
No.
But it's a very nice verse. And then obviously Snoop Dogg comes in, and at this point, this is the hungry Snoop
Dogg.
Yeah, but this is the hungry Snoop. This is the point where he's still on top of the game, wants to be like a phenomenon, and it shows here, I think, in general.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But yes, not much to it. It's literally just let's find some girls. Then comes a behemoth track.
Probably the track of the album.
They're
very close to others.
It's hard.
But this is probably it's very hard. But man, this track, the piano is one of the most iconic piano beats probably ever.
I think it was voted the second most iconic beat ever, behind Shook One's Part 2. It is.
I can see
that beat is phenomenal. It is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
What's funny is, you know who he produced it with? It's Scott Storch. The white guy, Scott Storch. He was famous for making millions and millions and millions of dollars and then blowing them all. And then he made a reality show about him being broke, I think. Something like that. He made a shit ton. He literally had so many hits. He produced a lot of the Chris Brown stuff. The producer's track was just Scott Storch, but yes, and this is his origin story, I think. And what I mean, this beat is insane. Yeah, man. It's also viral on many platforms for people going up to pianos in public and just starting it, playing it, all that stuff.
Not only that, it's like every TikTok with Snoop Dogg interviews. This song is under
in the background.
It doesn't matter, and then every comment is like any Snoop Dogg interview. Dre starts playing.
It's so good. A bit of technical difficulties. There we go.
Yep.
But yes, obviously the track is pretty self-explanatory. It's about him still being Dre. I'm him. I didn't go anywhere. You guys are tripping.
He deserves this. He deserves this place in the rap game. You know.
Yes.
He's Dr. Dre. Yeah.
And also one of the most iconic choruses representing for the gangsters all across the world. You know, it's just a phenomenal track.
It is actually insane. Yeah.
One of the best preserved tracks, I feel. Like it doesn't. If you played that today, you could have it could have come out today and it would have been still as effective.
It aged perfectly.
It aged perfectly, and it's also preserved. It's not become a meme. Like I feel like a lot of Like, let's take
it has, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly. Not like in the club where like everybody's like go shorty and stuff. But this is still like everybody just there's universal accepts. This is just it's a dope track.
Yes.
It's just a dope
It
track.
is. Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Obviously, Snoop Dogg in there has a nice verse. But yeah, I guess a verse. I don't really think it's a. He's just in there like doing the chorus and whatnot, I guess.
Also, his final part where he just monologues for me.
Yes.
Some of that real sticky iggy.
Yes.
Fucking funny.
Ooh-wee.
Smoke some with your dog.
It's like it's just fun.
Yeah.
They must have had so much fun making this album.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we move to the first track featuring Hitman, Big Ego. Big Egos.
This is actually one of my favorite productions on this track.
Yes.
It's really good. But the hook ruins it.
Oh,
completely for me.
Yeah, the chorus.
I really don't like it. Yeah, I really don't like it.
No, I agree.
It's offbeat. It's
yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's also strange because the verses are very clean. Also, Hitman's
verses are very good. Yeah. But then the hook comes back in and it says like, come on, man. Just at this hook, this would have been one of like probably, in my opinion, one of the greater songs on this album.
Yeah, I think that's also when you put it like that, it's also what doesn't make it memorable. Like that's what like makes it kind of forgettable because like there's no Still Dre like chorus where you go. That's and the beat itself is very, very well produced, but it's not as memorable. It's not as there's nothing as iconic in it as like the piano in Still Dre.
No. That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I guess pretty self-explanatory what it's about. It is about big egos, Not much to say. I will say there's a lot of cool references in here. He references Eazy-E and all that stuff, and that's pretty nice because obviously there was some falling out in that department, some beef. So it's cool to see. It's also like a snapshot of where he was at that time.
He was kind of over it. Like over the whole beef.
Yes. Also, there is a funny thing, and that is in the second verse, the Hitman's verse. Obviously, there's a part where the like lyrics have been dubbed over by an automatic gun, like a gunfire.
Oh yeah.
That's apparently because in that line, because I went into Genius and I was like, what's this about? Yeah. He's verified it himself, Hitman, as an annotation. He goes, the automatic gunfire is covering up some lyrical shots fired at Jermaine Dupri and the Brat for hopping on Snoop and the Dog Pound slang when the Chronic first came out in 1992. For those that remember, the Brat started dressing more feminine and was looking hot too around the release of 2001. That was due to something I said in this part that was muted. Lol. So apparently,
lol.
That's what he says. So apparently, he's firing some shots at the Dupree and the Brad, and then they go like, "Ooh, that was maybe a bit rough," Yeah. And then they covered it up. So I don't know. It was kind of strange to me.
Solid.
Yeah. All right. Then also the fucking outro. Oh, yeah. Unless it's Tammy's ugly ass, I ain't fucking with you. I'm like, what is this?
Fuck you, Tammy.
Fucking Tammy, man. What's up?
Whoever Tammy is, fuck you.
Yeah. Then we come to Explosive.
Explosive. Yes, sir.
What a fucking production. I had completely forgotten this track.
Yeah.
I'm admit it. Wow.
It instantly reminded me of like a 21 Questions type of vibe. But it's so funny because it's completely different because 50 Cent's like all smooth and sensual. Yeah. And they're just like, we fucking these bitches. Yeah. It's so funny.
But for me, I will say, I guess the top 3 most well-recognizable tracks have the best production. But outside of those, this is my favorite production-wise. I like this track a lot, just production-wise. Yeah. The beat is insane, very slick, very seductive. Yeah. It's like it's one of those beats where you can't help but go, ooh, this is good. Ooh.
It is. Yeah, it is. I mean, and obviously helped by the late great Nate Dogg. His voice on these tracks, man. It's just
phenomenal.
It's perfect pairing.
Yes,
like Nate Dogg on these tracks is just perfect.
Yes. Yes, it is literally everything fits together. Hitman is in there, of course. Yep. Also, Corrupt is in there. So it's just they're just having a lot of fun, but what a fucking track! So much, random shit, and like you say, Nate Dogg's verse is really fun, very good.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yes. Then we move to What's the Difference?
What's the difference? What a great track!
What a
I love this
iconic
track.
beat.
I love this track. Yeah.
Once again,
like obviously it's sampled for something, right?
I think so, and no. I think what you confusing it was later sampled in Blue Cantrell and Sean Paul, and the song "Breathe."
Oh, yeah, probably. Yeah.
And that's where, but I think it must also be sampled from something.
Yeah.
In this, but this
so good.
This is where it came from. This is where they took the beat from originally. I will say it doesn't say on Genius and who sampled where it's sampled from, but what a track!
Yeah.
It is. I guess it's almost as iconic as because it's been used everywhere. Just the instrumentation has been used in everything from TVs to other rap songs to obviously Blue Control. So
yeah.
It is obviously featuring Exhibit for the first time, which is kind of funny that he was that big that he got a feature on 2001. Because now he's literally just, and after that, obviously he made Pimp My Ride and all that shit, and now he's.
Oh God, yeah, I totally forgot about Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, random stuff.
Yeah.
But yes.
Bag. I mean, fair enough, but.
Yes. Also, Eminem is always on there. Yeah.
Eminem just being Eminem, like 1999 Eminem, just.
He sounds so wacky shit. Yes. Yeah. He sounds so aggressive. He doesn't give one single fuck. That's literally all. He's just in there, Yeah. But yes, obviously the track is about like what's the difference? What is like we are them? Why are we them?
I also like how again he addresses he's so kind of over the beef with all the guys.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
I think in general, I this is just for the album in general. Dre comes off way more classy than the rest of that beef, and he
to some degree,
just to some degree. But
I think other songs is less so.
No, but I think if you take because obviously Ice Cube was famously very mad. And Eazy-E was very mad, and like they had like verbal beef, but Dre always stayed out of it. Dre was always like, I don't want to.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I think
that's one point with what's it called? It's Dre Day or something.
Yeah.
On the Chronic, and then Easy obviously did the Real Motherfucking G's.
Yeah.
But I think after that, it's like don't feel like Dre has done much to fan the flames of the beef.
No, and obviously he's not that guy. He's more of a behind the scenes producer / architect, whatever you want to call it.
Man,
yeah. So it makes sense. If I do have to give some credit, I will say Exhibit's verse is actually pretty good on this. It's not. I think a lot of people, if you haven't listened to this before, you go Exhibit, okay, but how good can it be? But it's actually pretty good. Not that it doesn't fall through, but the best verse is obviously Eminem's. He just it shows how much he was ahead of the competition flow wise and rhyme scheme wise.
No,
because
for sure.
even here he's not that Eminem yet. He's not, he's almost to the tip, but like
almost there. Yeah.
God, man, he goes in. Yeah, and obviously the double, triple entendres, double rhymes, triple rhymes, all that stuff.
It's crazy. It's
just good.
I'm just gonna put on the fan because it's getting hot. 33 degrees, lovely.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
This is great. Bar one. Little interlude. It doesn't say much. It's just women in the bar looking for someone to fuck, I guess. Seeing Dre or something.
That's what I get.
Yeah.
That's what I get from it.
Yeah.
It is literally just an interlude.
Yeah.
Then we come to Lightspeed. Another
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's all up in this.
Yeah. This is fast paced.
Yes.
I love the energy in this song.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Also, this is where Drake calls back to Compton. Obviously, my heart's still in Compton. Comcast composed, dope Cali Platinum classics, all that stuff. And then we hear the classic, the 64 Chevy that everybody remembers, that bounces and all that stuff. But pretty nice, I agree. Also, the bridge is obviously KRS-One, which is pretty cool. But yeah.
Yeah, I like the rise to fame kind of vibes from this song. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just about where he came from, right? And then now here he is. And but I still remember, you know, back where I came from.
Yep.
What's your take on Miss Rock, by the way?
Miss Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, not my favorite feature of her.
No, me neither.
That's a better one.
Yes, I agree.
Which comes later, but yeah, it's she's alright. I like it. She has a nice voice.
Yes,
nice, like kind of like assertive tone to it, like almost like I feel like almost like a Lauryn Hill when she's actually just rapping.
More aggressive.
Yeah.
I agree. Yes, I can see where. I was actually surprised because I didn't remember her being featured as much as she actually is. Like she has
exactly
a lot of tracks, and then I was like, but why didn't she become more popular than she did like in Europe, for instance? Because we had. I'm gonna be honest to say that the quality of female rappers at that point was not that good. Like we had Missy Elliott who was killing it. Shout out Missy Elliott. But then you had like Eve, who's like
don't remember.
Like so you know there was I think there was a place for Miss Rock, but But yes, then we come to
the other.
Like I think this is the most iconic hook, at least.
Yeah. Oh no, the hook for sure.
The Eminem hook. It is obviously Forgot About Dre.
Yeah.
What a fucking track, and also what a goddamn production.
Yeah.
Probably the best delivery and like rhymes from Dre, I think, on this whole thing.
Oh yeah, I can agree. Yeah,
he goes in. Yeah. He really this feels like he wants to rap. He is in there. He's in the pocket. He wants to go in. He's tired of everybody giving him shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like you said, just Eminem's hook is it's probably his most iconic hook.
Yes.
To date.
Yes,
probably.
I think so. Yes, I think that you could probably go 8 Mile, whatever.
Yeah, Lose Yourself, or a Without Me, but. This flows so insane.
Yes, it is. It's so satisfying to hear him do it because
it actually is.
It fits so well, and he just does it perfectly. And also, his verse is off the hook, man.
It is. Yeah, it's the same. It's just the same. He's a madness back in the day, man.
Yes.
It's actually crazy.
I like how he's literally just telling a story in there for no reason.
Yeah.
I was walking by with a Walkman on and walking by and all that stuff. It's just so good.
I also love the part where the electric guitar comes in, where it's like, and me and Dre sit next to a burned down house.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's so good.
Da. Oh man.
Yeah. It's such a good song.
Yes, and also the second verse, Dre does. Is very, very good. I just think like you can see why these two were a perfect combination from the beginning.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah.
It's very easy. The chemistry is there.
I don't think they've ever really missed when they're on the song like together.
And I think there's obviously that famous story where the first time Dre got in the booth with Eminem, he played him 5 songs.
Yeah,
and the first one was "Hi, my name is," and then he literally just freestyled it from there. So that
hi kids, like violence.
Yes, and so it makes perfect sense that like they have this good chemistry here as well because I don't think anybody has ever benefited as much from Dre's beats as Eminem because it just the tone and the way he does it just fits Eminem's rapping style so much. It's so good, so good.
You can make a case for Kendrick in that sense, but
you could technically, and I guess you could also make a case for 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, or Snoop Dogg. But I think like for my money, listening to this, it's just so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's actually great.
Then we come to
another classic.
They're all over the place.
insane. Yeah.
It is obviously the next episode.
Yeah.
Once again, such
The
an
West Coast
iconic
anthem.
beat.
And
Yes,
the West Coast
yes.
anthem.
Hold up.
Holy shit. Yep.
I mean, what I love the most here is the Snoop Dogg bit in the beginning, where he's literally doing the DPGC, all that stuff. It sounds so much fun. Like oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean Nate Dogg on the hook again.
Yes, Nate Dogg's hook. Yes.
Hold up.
Hey. Yes.
So good. Yeah.
It's actually not my favorite. You want to know something? My favorite Nate Dogg hook, it will always be Till I Collapse.
Bruh.
It's so good. But yes.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
But yes. Yes. I mean,
yeah, this
I think this track is probably the most talked about track on the album. Probably this or Dre. Still Dre. So I don't think there's not much to say for this, I think, in general.
No. Yeah.
It is just iconic in every sense.
I mean, it's just a song you could put on at any occasion, and it doesn't matter. I mean, even on a funeral, fuck it, you put this on, everyone has a laugh. It's all good.
It could be. Get ready for the next episode. Just go on. Oh no. But yes. No, but you're right though, because you could put, if you bump this in the car, everybody goes, yeah, okay. If you play this in the club, people go, hey, you know?
If you a house party, everyone just vibes to it. It's such a good song. Yeah.
Well, also in general, and this, I could be wrong about this, I don't know, but it also seems like Dr. Dre enjoys making these type of tracks more than the very direct or aggressive ones, or very Yes, I don't know.
It's more the funk, like West Coast style, like a type of shit. Yeah,
exactly. Like he enjoys the creative process while he's having fun, and not as much when he's like mad or when he has to do beef or whatever.
True. That's true.
But yes, I don't think there's not much more to say. Iconic track, everybody knows it. Let's just move on.
Exactly.
To Let's Get High.
Let's Get High. Another funky song. Just low key type of shit. It's just an enjoy life type of song,
Very much. It fits very well in theme with the next episode. I feel it's like the calm down. It's like you've been very hyped, and now you're like, let's just enjoy life. We're just out here,
Exactly.
And then, for some reason, in the first chorus, the first verse, when Hitman starts off, and then the last part is that Dre over there? And then Dre just goes, yeah, I just took some ecstasy. And it's like, why?
Okay, sure. Why not?
Why did you start off the verse like that? I don't know. But it just,
Is that Dre over there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just took some ecstasy. I don't know. Yes, it's just a lot of fun. Also, the corrupt hook is actually pretty good, pretty fun. Let's get high. Come on, let's get high.
Oh yeah, yes.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And also, I will say this is a much better Miss Rock verse.
Agreed.
The fourth verse.
Yep.
Yes.
Moving on. To bitch fellas, as we'll call them.
Yes. Yep.
Another Snoop Dogg Hitman collaboration. Like so many on this album.
And I didn't remember the intro to this. I laughed my ass off when I heard the first line. Dre just goes, some good ass weed. They just sound like they have so much fun.
It's just sometimes in this album you just hear someone say something. It's just like, where did that come from?
Out of context. You go, okay, why? Sure, why not?
Sure. Yeah.
I get it. Yes. This, once again, I think most of these tracks are pretty self-explanatory. Here he's calling out some fellas for being bitches,
disloyal, betrayal ass motherfuckers.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
I think the first verse, Snoop Dogg's verse, is pretty fucking good. Much more, because even back here, Snoop was the type of guy that wanted to play around with his verses a lot, like do all the DPGC, my drizzle, But here he's actually just going straight in, and it's like which is pretty cool.
True. Yep. I agree.
Yes, and then I'm not as familiar with 6-2, but I really like his verse here. Pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, other than that, not much to say. I mean, it is just about calling people out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then we gotta move on to another interlude. The car bomb. Yeah, it's a car bomb.
It's a car bomb.
That's about it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And once again, random shit. It's like a skit. It's like a skit, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not much to talk about. But then we move to.
Oh yes, sir.
Yes, I knew we were gonna like this one.
Yeah.
Murder Inc. Murder Inc.
Yeah. The Halloween sample is used so well. Again, the collaboration with Hitman and Miss Rock.
Yes.
This is my favorite Miss Rock verse.
Again, makes sense.
This one's the best one. Yeah. It's dark, it's gritty, like everything is on theme. The hook feels so nice in my ears. It's like I don't know what they did to the voice, like how they distorted it or something, but it's so sick.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking back on it. I am so surprised that Eminem is not on here because this was for me. This is his type of beat, his type of material where he could have gone all gory, bloody with all his humor and all that stuff. So I'm actually very surprised that he's not on this beat. But obviously, he can't be on every track.
This would have been more iconic of a track.
I just think with this beat and how much they played around with the voices, like you say, and with that hook Miss Rock does, I think Eminem could have had a fucking ball just playing around, and I think he would have probably been better than Hitman here. It's my guess.
Yeah. Especially a 1999 hungry ass Eminem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently, and I don't know exactly what the context is to this. The title is a reference to Murder Inc. Write some dope shit. It's a potential double entendre. It's also the concept that Rock, Hit, and Dre make up a somewhat fictional corporation called Murder Inc. So they're apparently making a corporation, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Eminem obviously had beef with Ja Rule, and Ja Rule was signed to Murder Inc. So there is a potential beef in there, right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. But what's the beef already back then?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No, wait. It says 4 years later. So.
Yeah.
But I think they had beef. I think Eminem beefed with everybody back then. So I imagine that.
Yeah. Could have been. Yeah.
But
could have been the seeds or something.
Yeah, it could be. But I agree. Very fun track actually to listen to. It's also not very. I don't know if I want to say not very Dre-ish, but it's not. It doesn't fit the rest of the theme of the album in that sense.
Exactly. It completely doesn't.
Yeah. But I guess the production is very Dre in some sense, even though he's just playing around with it.
Yeah.
Then we come to Ep.16.
Why is there
I don't know. Anyway. Obviously, Eddie Griffin, who's a comedian. For people who don't know, he's not a rapper. Also, Miss Rock, and Hitman.
Hitman again. Yep. So many features, man. Jesus.
So many features.
And this is not even the most one. That's one song with like 7 features.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that the next one or something?
This is obviously just a skit. I guess you could call it. It's just Eddie Griffin doing. I don't know. I don't actually know, because a lot of the times when people are featured, it's not. They're not really there. Like here, for instance, I don't hear Miss Rock or Hitman anywhere. It's just Eddie Griffin.
Exactly.
Doing a skit. But one of the longer interludes, I guess you could call it, or whatever.
Yeah.
Then we come to, and like you say, it's like 7 or 8 features, whatever. Some LA fellas.
Yep. It's shall we name them up, or
I mean, okay, we could. There's Defari, Hitman, King T, Nocturnal, Cocaine, MC Ren, Time Bomb, and Exhibit.
Yes, sir. And MC Ren, because I thought they still had a falling out with everyone on NWA, but MC Ren is on here.
Yeah,
so
I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I guess
but
the
MC Ren
timeline for
does
that
the
is very
intro.
strange. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
timeline
don't
for that beef is very strange, and who's beefing with who in NWA and whatnot,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
But yes, true. MC Ren, very cool intro.
Yeah, for sure. Vibes
Um,
straight up very well, very nicely.
Sorry, I was snotting everywhere. Yes,
It's just a nice, like, I feel like an ode to LA.
yes,
Like the whole Compton West Side hip hop culture.
I think if this gives me very Kendrick Lamar Compton-ish vibes in the way
Yes.
it's like an homage to Compton, right, or to LA, to that area, that style of rap. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's not much to say. They're literally just. I will say.
No.
Here, I'm not as impressed by Exhibit's verse. It's okay.
No, not really. Yeah.
And I'm not familiar with Defari, but he has like half a verse in the end or something. And I'm like, okay, this seems like a shoehorn. This seems like, okay, we can fit this in here.
We can fit some more in this bitch. Just
put in half a verse here.
Put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, well.
Yeah.
Then we come to Pause for Porno.
And a quick PSA, kids, do not, and I explicitly say, do not put this album on at work on a loudspeaker.
This sounds like a lived experience here.
Good Lord.
Is that something you want
Yeah, man.
It's just a
No,
skit.
I wasn't listening on it on like loudspeaker, but like I had my earbuds and I was like, this could have been something.
Yes, this could have gone very terribly wrong.
Yep.
It is just the instrumental to Some LA Fellas in the beginning, and then it is pretty much just porno sounds.
Yeah. Yep.
I want like what?
I don't know, man.
I'm so confused. Like, why? For what? Why?
Why not? Why not?
I guess.
Why not?
Anyways, then we come to Housewife.
Housewife. Yes, sir.
Obviously featuring Corrupt and Hitman again.
Yep.
Hitman is all over this place. Hitman must be like this with Dre.
I feel like no, but like the last two songs as well. It's just he's everywhere.
Yeah,
motherfuckers everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's doing his thing, but I feel like this is a pretty controversial track in a way.
Yes.
Like let's say it's a very nice old school way of treating and looking at women.
Yes, it's obviously a rework of Corrupt's album. Apparently it says on Genius, this is Dre's rework of the original Housewife off of Corrupt's first album. And so this song appeared on both Corrupt's The Streets Is a Mother album and also 2001. It is a very controversial track, and I'm not sure, but I recall this being one of the tracks that Dre has discussed, saying he wished he would have done that a bit differently because it's
a bit over the top.
It does degrade women a lot. It is kind of misogynistic. But yeah, what can we say?
Yeah, it's old school. It's like that was fine back in the day. So
yes, I mean it was a different time, and is it the worst rap thing ever? No, it's not. But it is.
Is it not being said nowadays? Fuck no, it's still being said. It doesn't like.
I also think, if you do have one criticism, it is that it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
It doesn't really benefit the album as such. I think it's not my favorite track.
No,
I mean it's not bad. Yeah. Corrupt's verse flows pretty well.
Yep.
I don't know. It's okay.
Yep.
I don't know. No, I don't have that strong of a feeling towards it, but I can understand why people do.
Yeah.
We then move on to Act Right.
Oh, go Yep. Hitman on it again.
Yes.
Back at it again. Nice, and I feel this beat had me bouncy.
Yes,
This
yes.
is very nice.
Once again, very nice, very funky, like very upbeat.
Energetic.
Yeah. But this is way. I do like Dre way more when he does this. It's like my
Same.
favorite Dre tracks are always the ones where he has the most fun, like California Love with Park. Still Dre, next episode, like all these very fun, beats.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, it is a funny intro here. Hitman does. It's fucking act right. Oh well. Yes. I mean, what's there to say about this track? It is just literally what it says. Act right.
It's. I feel like it's kind of the pursuit of success in a way.
Yeah,
Like
you don't gotta like walk the narrow path if you want. Gotta do what people expect of you, but also stay true to yourself. And how do you balance those two, right?
Exactly.
Also, did you see that he does mention our favorite rum, the 151?
Oh,
he just
is it our favorite?
I don't know if it's our favorite, but we do love the JIT version.
Have we? Oh, yes. Have we ever what is 151 rum? Is it the brand or is it like a concoction?
No, it is a proof. It's 151 proof, so it's 75%.
I see.
And there's a story behind it. Oh, let me see. I don't remember what the story is behind it. There was a story behind why they made it 151 proof,
okay.
but I don't remember. Put it below if you remember the story about why it's 151. But obviously, that'll get you fucked up real fast. 75%.
I would imagine
alcohol.
so. Yeah.
Not good. Yep. Yes. Is there anything else to say? I like Hitman in this a lot, actually. Probably my favorite of Hitman's tracks.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's it. It's literally just Hitman, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
There's no Dre verse in here, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On to Bang Bang.
Bang Bang.
He shut me down. Bang
Bang Bang. Not really, but yes, it is obviously featuring Hitman again. Goddamn, that guy is literally everywhere. What the hell?
I know, it's actually crazy. And Nocturnal. I just clocked it again. How his name is spelled.
I know. I don't know. It's just so fucking.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, this is a straight up just I feel like a gangster rap song. Like it's violence, it's street life, it's living in dangerous neighborhoods and the challenges that come with it.
This is more of a like a social commentary track almost.
Yeah,
and that's kind of strange because he's more portrayed where he is now, the lifestyle he lives now, and he's not really done the whole "it's actually dangerous to grow up in Compton" part. So it's kind of refreshing to hear it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's good.
Also, obviously, Eminem is in the first verse briefly. Hey, can we talk it out? Shout out there. Yes. Oh, and I imagine Nocturnal, not knowing much about him, has sort of the same. Is from the same area, I would assume, listening to his verse, which is a very, very good verse. I will say. I really like this verse. It sounds way more real, which obviously I think it is because this is stuff they've experienced more than it's like hyping themselves up kind of track.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What else to say? Like, do you like the chorus?
Yeah. It's all right.
That's same for me. It's not that memorable.
No.
I think it's funny because the production for me is very good, and I like the verses a lot. Like the theme of it, but for me, it's not the strongest chorus, and I don't. It's not like I hate it, but I just go, okay, that's not my favorite part of it.
All right.
It's all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same.
Then we move on to
the last track,
a very famous
real song.
The last real track, a very famous track. Been more and more in the rotation for a lot of people. The Message, featuring Mary J. Blige and Rel.
Yes, sir.
What a voice, man.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Both of them, by the way. Also, both of them.
Yeah. Mary J. Blige is legend, obviously.
Yes.
Also, didn't she do the Super Bowl halftime show with them as well.
Yes, she was
With
on there.
Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and them. Yeah.
She was up there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, what a track to end on with.
Yeah. Another. I mean, again, another very like an honest, like a more honest track.
Very real, very emotional track. It's obviously a message to his brother who got shot. Tyree Deshaun Crayon, I think it's pronounced. If I butchered that, sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Dre.
it is completely different from the rest of the album. It's very devout almost. It's like a very religious track, I feel.
Yeah.
And also it's way more R&B. It's not really a rap in that sense.
Yeah. It's also just very much
He obviously has a rap verse, but if you ask me, I would not call this a Dr. Dre track per se. I would call it an R&B track. But it's very very beautiful. I like this track a lot.
Yeah. It's just nice how they tackle like the unity of African Americans and like encourage empowerment, all that type of stuff. It's just it's nice, and especially like with Mary J. Blige's voice backing that up. Beautiful song. Yeah.
There's a lot of cool lines in this. I like the one where he goes, I'm anxious to believing real G's don't cry. If that's the truth, then I'm realizing I ain't no gangster, because he is actually crying, which is a very cool way of putting it, right? Like you go, okay.
Yeah.
If that's a real G, then I'm not one, because I can cry. I'm, I can experience emotions that are not gangster.
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not much to say. Also, I will say I don't like the end track. I like the end, the skit. That takes a bit away from it.
Yeah, a little bit. Like they had it very high, and then it's just like, Dre. It's like someone completely off his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you actually a doctor? Can I have some perks or some shit like that?
Exactly.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just very strange for me to put that in there, because the rest of it is so honest and vulnerable, and then you put that in there. I don't know about that one.
Fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But as you say, that is the final real track. There's an outro by Tommy Chong. Very short, 26 seconds, which is basically just the skit.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yep.
So with that,
yes, sir.
What is your final thoughts? Because
my final thoughts.
Was there any tracks that you'd never listened to before in this? Because I feel like it's almost impossible. There was one that I didn't remember listening to before, and that was
there's a few, but not to like a major degree where I'm like, what the fuck is this?
No, exactly. Like, and I think in general, this is a classic for a reason, right? There is not a miss production wise. I mean, this is Dre when he wants to be Dre, and when he's just pumping out,
chilling,
yes.
Yep.
And exactly. I think what I think is actually most impressive is when you look at this comes out 1999, but Dre still has enough beats left over to supply Eminem for 2 more albums. In comes 50 Cent.
Yep.
He's still quality, like he still has beats up the chamber for that. So the guy is prolific at just knowing what's...
It's actually insane.
Yes.
Yep.
So a nice Fantano rating, 1 to 10.
How about you go first this time, my friend?
Okay. I think... I will say that I'll preface this by saying I think the track list is hampered for me by the skits. I don't enjoy them as much. I don't really get the idea behind them on this album.
Fair enough.
So for me, it's an 8 out of 10. It's not a perfect album, I feel, because there are some tracks in there where I go, okay, it's not really for me.
It's alright, but yeah.
But the highs on this album, like the I guess there's like 10 tracks where you go, this is, if he had just plucked out the 10 best tracks, this would have been up there as like Illmatic type album. Yeah. It's so good. The production is insane. But yeah, how about you?
I have also gone for an 8 out of 10 for probably the exact same reasons.
Yeah.
Like the skits kind of take me out of it.
Yep. I agree.
A lot. It's not like it's bad that they're in there, but like you said, it wasn't that necessary.
Yeah.
there isn't really a song that I don't like.
No, I agree.
But there's enough songs where I'm like to not give it higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I will say, obviously, this is just our personal preference. He's obviously made the artistic choice.
How good the album is.
No,
this is
our
our
enjoyment.
enjoyability.
Yes.
Yeah.
but I am confused as to why the skits are as prevalent as they are. That's especially the pause for porno one is so strange to me that it kind of like I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah.
All right. So then, a top 3 tracks.
Top 3.
This was tough.
It was indeed. And I didn't like. I kind of tailored my top 3 that because I needed one spot without a classic.
Yeah, I had the same thing. I had the same thing. But then you go, which one is not a classic here?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, with all classics involved, my top 3 would have been not next episode.
Still Dre.
No. What the fuck is it? What's the difference?
What's the difference? Yes.
Still Dre on 2 and Forgot About Dre on 1. But my actual top 3 is Murder Inc. on 3.
Okay, interesting.
Because I really like it.
Yeah.
Then Still Dre on 2 and Forget About Dre in number 1. It's just Forget About Dre is for like such an iconic song.
I agree.
Yeah,
it's tough because the big 3 are so big that you're almost
but it is
How do you do it? I've done the same as you because I will also say this. When I actually think about it now, what do I want to put on from this album right now? It's probably not the big 3, I will say, because then I'll probably go as I do now. Explosive at 3rd. Explosive. I really like that beat a lot. That's an insane beat. Then I go Forgot About Dre 2nd. Yeah. But number 1 is still Dre for me. That beat is so fucking good.
It is. Yes, it is though.
Unbelievable. But this is one where even if we take out the big 3, let's take out Still Dre, next episode, and Forgot About Dre, and then you can still go. What's the difference? You could still go Explosive, and you could go like Light Speed or whatever. Like there's just so many like insane tracks. Murder Inc. So
exactly.
The highest are very, very high. Like it's a 10 out of 10 high, like on a scale. It's like insane. The peaks, so good.
The peaks are very high. Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
As always, put your thoughts down below. Is it a 10 out of 10 for you? Is it a 1 out of 10 for you? I doubt it.
I doubt it's a 1 out of 10. It depends. If you don't like rap, who knows?
I only listen to classical music, and as such, I can only give this a 1 out of 10.
Man.
No. But for real, put down below what do you want.
Exactly. And which one would you like us to review next?
Yep.
Yes, sir. With that being said, let's move on to the last call.
Cheerios, good sir. Well, everybody,
all right.
It is time.
Yes, sir. For the last call. Yes, sir. Thank you for being at the bar with us. Get your last drinks in. Smoke the last blunts outside. Who knows? Whatever the fuck. We're almost going to the next episode. I don't know.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. Now, you have a very nice last call question of the day for us.
So, obviously, I was just at Roskilde Festival.
Yes,
and as you do, you walk around. For those who don't know, it's a big-ass festival where there is a common festival area where all the stages are. And then outside of that, there's a camping area where you camp and, there's 4 days of music. And a week before the camping spots open and people just set up tents and have a good time in the camping area, right? Yeah. So one of the fun things is you walk around in the festival area and you listen to something, you hear from stage something you've never heard before. So with that, what music act or like band or artist, whatever, has caught you by surprise where you go, I had no clue what that was, but that was insanely nice to listen to?
Whoa. Man.
That's a good question, huh?
I don't know, man.
I can start off by saying,
you go. Yeah.
I remember vividly. Okay, I will say this: I didn't know the act, but I didn't know because everybody knows Fast Car, right? You got a fast car.
Yeah.
That's Tracy Chapman. And for those who don't know, Tracy Chapman has a very large catalog behind her, and one of her tracks is very, very famous, and that is what's it called? I just want to get this right. Baby, Can I Hold You? And I remember the first time listening to that track was just on a summer's day, and I walked past workers, like what are they called? Like workmen on a scaffolding, and they just had and you would like they would probably listen to R&B or whatever, and they just blasting Tracy Chapman, that album, and I just remember going, is that really Tracy Chapman? Like, and that was a mind-blowing thing for me, because it's not like I dislike Fast Car. It's a solid track. Yeah. But the rest of that album is phenomenal. So I would urge everybody, go ahead, check out Tracy Chapman. She is amazing. The album is just called Tracy Chapman, by the way. It's just self-titled. And it has some bangers on there for sure. Talking about Revolution, Baby Can I Hold You, like I said, For My Lover. It's just a beautiful, beautiful album. And that caught me by surprise.
Solid. I mean, for me, that would probably be Elton John.
Oh, that's probably a solid one. Yeah.
Because growing up, I never really listened to any of the big British type of thing. My parents didn't really put it on either. My dad was more an Elvis fan, or Robbie Williams.
Solid Elvis, solid. The king, baby.
But then I was working somewhere, and like you said, it's just a random building stereo, just blasting Yellow Brick Road.
Oh yes.
And I was like, wow, that's nice. So then I had a very nice Elton John. What's it called? A reinvention phase.
A journey into.
Just went through the whole catalog. Very nice. Man, what an artist.
Yeah, it is crazy because, like, everybody knows Elton John in some sense. Everybody listens to The Lion King and all that stuff. But it is true, he is amazing, and it is like that with a lot of artists where you go, like Tracy Chapman has Fast Car, and then everybody goes, okay, that's it, But then when you dive into it, there's a reason why they hit that big hit. It's because they are just insanely good musicians. Good. Yes, so that's nice. Yep. Okay, so how about the opposite then? What was the most disappointing live act you've been to, where you go, I'm so hyped for this, and then you go, eh?
Probably Khalid.
I was just about to say the same.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen that many people live, and the things that I have seen live were like 10 out of 10s. But that's probably the worst one that I've seen live. Yeah. It was a bit underwhelming. Like, he has a nice voice, but it wasn't like that much.
The issue for me wasn't that he was bad at singing or whatever. It was just he didn't really sing. He was just more about Roskilde, are you there? Yeah. It's just the backing track just going
for no reason, like crowd interaction for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So good for him.
True. Yeah. I mean, it's a hot one with live, because obviously live acts is difficult.
Yes.
And you have to be an entertainer to do like live shit really well. As you see a Bruno Mars or that one was so good.
That show was insane. By the way, you know who I watched at Roskilde this year? They made an entire I watched the big three, obviously that was good. They made an entire day at the second largest stage, Arena, which is like a 20,000 people stage or some shit like that. Yeah. And they made an entire hip hop day, so it's just hip hop, like rap from like the start there. Yeah. So the first show was Lotto, the Big Dick Energy Lotto. Do you know her?
But the only thing that comes to mind when I think of Lotto is just 8 Mile with the rap battles.
No. She's like a female rapper, and she sampled her track is called Big Dick Energy, and she sampled what's it called?
I don't know.
Oh, I'll just look that up.
Ariana?
No. It's like an old track. She's very young. She's like it was, and she said this was her first time out of the States.
Out of America. Oh, nice. That's
Out
nice.
of America. So that was cool. Yeah, like it looked like she meant it because that was a show and a half. But she came out, and she had like, first of all, she had like typical female rap outfit. I want to say very minimal. Obviously, just a bra and like I guess hot pants style kind of thing.
Yeah.
And she had 4 dancers with her, and they were also dressed like that. And it was literally just I want to say a sex show. She kept grabbing her boobs and shaking them around, and you know,
can be worse. Could be worse.
Could be worse. It was actually it was cool in some sense because it was a hell of a show.
Yeah.
But also it was kind of like, what the hell? But the funniest thing was she had a DJ with her, like a hype guy, obviously, right? And after every track, I swear, every track, he just went, Big Lotto! Like, it's just the same thing every time. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Sure.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, the track is called Big Energy. And it samples Mariah Carey's Fantasy. I think something like that.
I see.
You'll know that track for sure because it was very famous, and that's why they booked her. But so that was very cool, and she was one of the entertainers. She went down into the crowd. She put on one of the Danish student hats, and everybody was like, all that stuff. And so that was pretty cool. And also,
did she bite in it?
No, that she didn't. She didn't. Okay. But I will say she did bring up a woman from the crowd who got a lap dance from her dancers. And that was like a really little. She also went like this with the mic. She went like this, and then pretended to give it a blowjob, and then put it all the way like she deep throating it. I was like, what the fuck? What's
happening? What is this show?
I was like, this is great, but what the hell is this?
Yeah.
So, but that was very cool. So that was actually a pretty good experience, I will say. So
that's cool. Yep.
All right. Well, everybody, put below what was your like best surprise music wise. Yep. And what was also a disappointment? Disappointing, yes.
Yep. All right. As I always say, don't walk out on us. Walk out with us to the after hours, where we have a more, loose conversation about whatever the fuck we want, random shit that's happening in the world, music news. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for daily uploads and updates. And press the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. By the way, 200 porque.
Very nice, very nice, people. Thanks for the support. That's nice.
Yes. Yep.
That was a nice surprise when I was ill. Getting to 200. Thank you. Good for the mending of the soul.
Heart.
Yes.
Yep. All right. We'll see you there. And thanks for watching.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.